Козел, а? Тихо, тихо. Whoa! Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Get ready for some incredible and heart-pounding video that's about to unfold in this gripping clip. It's like watching a thrilling movie, so grab your popcorn because you're in for a cinematic spectacle that needs your full attention. A car that was once firmly on the road suddenly loses its grip and turns into a helpless projectile. The tires struggle to get a grip, and the vehicle starts sliding uncontrollably. The driver's efforts to regain control seem ineffective on the icy surface, showing the dangerous situation they're in.
Козел, а? Тихо, тихо, ребята, тихо, не волнуйтесь. Не волнуйтесь, успеем. Успеем, успеем. Все нормально.
As the scene plays out, a growing sense of tension fills the air, and the car's fate hangs in the balance. But then, a remarkable display of human skill and survival instinct takes center stage. The driver's expertise shines through, thanks to their well-practiced driving skills. And then, almost as if luck had a hand in it, a stroke of good fortune comes to the rescue. We've got an amazing dashcam video that shows a really scary moment. A school bus driver in Texas didn't stop when there was a barrier, and they drove into a flooded road. This happened on October 16th when it was raining a lot in Austin. The school bus was driving on its normal route, but they didn't know about the danger ahead. The heavy rain made the roads really dangerous because they were flooded. This can be really bad for cars, and it can also be very dangerous for people. Even a small amount of moving water can push even big vehicles away. At the beginning of our journey, everything seems pretty normal. The roads are wide open, and our drivers are just casually cruising, maybe listening to some music or lost in their thoughts.
You can actually get in there. Wow.
But wait, what's that up ahead? It looks like the road decided to do something unexpected and turn into a river. That's not what our driver had in mind when they started this trip.
Whoa.
Wow. Trying to figure out how deep this watery surprise is like trying to guess in a game, and the current. And just when it seemed like things were about to get wet, our drivers turned into superheroes right on time. Their instincts must have been on high alert because they made the perfect move at just the right moment. Like that, they hit the brakes at the perfect time.
Oh. Yeah, I've just crashed into a river, dude.
Get ready for an exciting video coming up. We're in St. Paul, and the driver is making a nerve-wracking journey down the road, keeping you really tense. Suddenly, a group of people wearing masks shows up right in the middle of the road. About 4 or 5 of them are dancing like there's no tomorrow. It's strange, isn't it? They've turned the street into their dance floor. You can't help but wonder what's happening here. But what you can't see is the real danger here. One of these guys tries to open the driver's door. Thankfully, the driver was quick. They had to pull that door shut as hard as they could to avoid a potential car theft. It's scary to think these masked people would go to such lengths to steal a car. And on top of that, they're acting crazy. The dancing part makes the whole situation even more unsettling. Ever thought about what it would be like to see a real ghost? Well, come with me on a really scary journey as I show you some strange and unexplained video from a road trip to Utah. All of a sudden, they got a big fright because they saw a figure standing by the side of the road. They swerved to avoid it, and they were really scared. They quickly turned their cameras back to look, and they couldn't believe what they saw. It didn't take long for something supernatural to show up again. After this encounter, we were left feeling unsure and had more questions than answers. We don't know who or what this ghostly figure was, and we're not sure why it chose this lonely road to haunt. These mysteries are still unsolved. We've got an amazing video at number 6, so fasten your seatbelt and get ready for some thrilling action. Picture the excitement as the driver gets closer to the state line and sees the lovely town of Prim on the horizon. Just when they think the road is all clear, a surprising twist of fate throws an unexpected obstacle in their path. A tire appears out of nowhere. This unexpected obstacle completely changes the course of their journey. In just a split second, their trip takes a dramatic and unexpected turn, turning an otherwise ordinary drive into an exhilarating adventure that we'll remember for a lifetime. The heart still races with the memories of that thrilling moment, reminding us of the unpredictable nature of adventures. The Gate City Police Department recently shared a video that shows a brave action, demonstrating the strong bond between fellow officers when they're on duty. Officer Jessica McGraw was checking on a car accident on Highway 23, and Officer Matthew Stewart came to help her. While they were talking, a white car suddenly lost control on the northbound side and was heading straight toward them very fast. In an incredible moment of quick thinking and bravery, Officer Matthew Stewart saw the danger coming. He didn't hesitate and immediately pulled Officer Jessica McGraw to safety. The white car crashed into their patrol car, and debris went flying everywhere. The video displays a police officer doing a sobriety test on a young woman. She wasn't wearing pants, but she had a long shirt on.
Okay, you have scoliosis. Alright, so that means you can't balance on one leg, or you can?
The officer asked her to do a bunch of tests, and she stayed calm and cooperated the whole time, even though she wasn't wearing pants. It's important to mention that she didn't seem upset.
I'm going to explain how to do this, alright? You're going to pick whichever foot, doesn't matter, left or right. Okay? I want you to raise it 6 to 8 inches off the ground. 6 to 8 inches off the ground is about the length of my flashlight here.
The officer was respectful, kind, and professional while doing their job. It's really good when law enforcement officers do their work well and treat people with respect. Here's another unbelievable video. Imagine this: Irving, Texas, November 26, 2019. It's a normal day until something strange happens. The scene is Irving, Texas, and there's a Chevy truck pulling out into the street, trying to get someone's attention. But here's the twist. At the 6-second mark, a mysterious figure appears out of the shadows, all dressed in black. It looks like a person up to no good, walking confidently like they own the place. You've got to give them credit. They thought they had it all figured out. But life can be unpredictable. Sometimes things don't go as planned. Luckily, the driver of the targeted car isn't inexperienced. They see through this setup and won't be an easy target. And here's the best part. The would-be carjackers start to realize that their so-called genius plan is falling apart. A daring thief pulled off a heist right in the middle of the city, and it all happened during the day. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. What makes this incident even more surprising is that things start off looking totally normal. A car is parked with no one around to claim it. But then, in a surprising twist, things go crazy. Out of the blue, a fearless thief casually walks up to the car. They seem to have nerves of steel. They try to break into the vehicle, taking their chance for an easy steal. Can you believe what you're seeing? This bold car theft is happening right in the middle of the city in broad daylight. It's really astonishing. Unfortunately, luck was on the thief's side this time. They successfully break into the car, grab some valuable items, and make a quick exit. It's well known that dealing with traffic in Atlanta can be quite a challenge, and this day was no different. Join us as we uncover what happened on this busy highway. As cars started to slow down, a Honda Accord coupe with the license plate KATVF 8661 came into the picture. Unfortunately, the driver didn't seem to care much about what was happening ahead. The Honda driver, without slowing down or even checking their mirrors, tried to change lanes without thinking about the results. In doing so, they forced a truck driver to hit the brakes suddenly, which led to the truck scraping against the wall. Although the truck might have been going a bit faster, there was enough space between them and the Honda before this dangerous move. It's important to mention that even though the driver with the dashcam didn't actually touch the Honda, it was just a few inches away. However, the consequences of the Honda driver's reckless behavior were clear. We hope the truck driver didn't suffer any major damage from this incident. Let's look at this situation that happened on a day with non-stop rain, when the streets turned into fast-moving rivers and became a real danger for anyone caught in their path. This is a glimpse of the challenges that nature's anger can bring. As our dashcam hero was driving down the road, they noticed something that really scared them. There was a woman stuck in her car, surrounded by swiftly moving water. The scene showed a very distressing situation that seemed to be on the brink of danger.
Get out of your vehicle! Get out of your vehicle! Come this way!
In an amazing sequence, a team of rescuers managed to save the woman from the danger, fighting against the strong current. One of the rescuers even had a close call with the powerful water flow. The outcome is nothing less than a triumph, which is a stark difference from the possible tragedy that could have happened. It reminds us of the important impact we can have by lending a hand when others need help. Picture this: you're heading home after a long day at work, lost in your thoughts as you drive on I-70 West. Everything seems normal until you encounter a truly weird and unexpected weather event out of nowhere. The sky suddenly darkens, and it's like Mother Nature decided to unleash a hailstorm. But she went for the turbo mode. Hailstones the size of golf balls start falling from the sky, hitting everything in their way, including this driver's unlucky car. It felt like a scene from an action movie. Now, you're probably wondering how the car held up against such a fierce hailstorm. Well, the evidence is pretty clear. Or should I say it's in the scratches and dents. The car looked like it had been right in the middle of a mosh pit at a heavy metal concert. Mirrors broken, windshield cracked, and dents all over. It was a car owner's worst nightmare. Get ready for a really scary moment as a dashcam captures a truly frightening incident on a quiet Malaysian highway in the late hours of the night. This shocking video will keep you stuck to the screen. Don't look away. As our driver was driving on the dark highway, they suddenly saw a woman standing in the middle of the road. A feeling of unease came over them, and they instinctively tried to steer away to avoid any potential danger. Watch the chilling video to find out what happened next. As the driver kept going, they were surprised to see the same mysterious woman once again blocking their path. The driver's fear grew as they realized that this wasn't just a coincidence. The unsettling presence of the woman made them wonder about her intentions and the creepy circumstances of her appearance. Mentor police took a brave step to stop a man driving a stolen Jeep, leading to a high-risk chase. As the situation develops, the potential dangers become clear. The person driving the stolen Jeep is being very reckless, and this could lead to terrible accidents, putting pedestrians and other drivers at risk. The tension keeps growing as the officers work hard to prevent any harm. In an exciting moment, the Jeep makes a dangerous move, narrowly avoiding a disaster involving a pedestrian and another car. The tension goes even higher as the chase continues, and everyone watching gets an adrenaline rush. Finally, the Jeep crashes into a huge truck, trapping the suspect.
In a car, and he looks like he's crashed somebody on Lakeshore. Channel.
The police come in for a dramatic movie-like ending to this wild chase. Get ready as we explore a heart-pounding situation with a FedEx driver facing challenges in wintry conditions. This story highlights the importance of following safety rules and driving responsibly when the weather is tough. Imagine a landscape covered in snow, where the roads are more like icy puzzles that require extra care and skill to navigate. Our story takes us to a FedEx driver who finds themselves in a potentially risky situation. As our driver moves through the snowy scene, things take a sudden turn. The ride becomes slippery, and the truck starts sliding downhill, almost like it's trying out for a Winter Olympics event. The tension is real, reminding us that even the most skilled drivers can't ignore the laws of icy physics. It's a bit like a roller coaster ride, where you need to keep the wheels steady while Mother Nature throws her challenges our way. Here's a really scary moment that happened to this driver. He had no idea that this ordinary drive would become the scariest moment of his life. The driver was casually cruising, enjoying the ride, and then, out of nowhere, they made a quick left turn, adding some spontaneity to the drive. But hang on, because that's when things took an unexpectedly dangerous turn. You won't believe what happened next. In a surprising twist, a toddler suddenly appeared right in front of the driver's path, narrowly avoiding a crash. You can see how fast our skilled driver reacted to avoid any harm.
Oh, Jesus.
It's amazing to see how well they handled the situation. This is a reminder for parents to always watch out for their little ones, because they can be curious, fast, and unpredictable. We got something interesting next on our list that will make you see the value of a trusty dashcam. Get ready to witness something that will really impress you. It's an eye-opener for sure. So this guy is just driving along, minding his own business, when the car in front of him suddenly slams on its brakes, as if it hit an invisible wall. And that's where it gets interesting. Our driver comes to a stop, and he sees the person in the other car jumping out dramatically, waving their arms like a windmill on overdrive. They're not holding back on the accusations. They're saying our driver rear-ended them. Let me tell you, this unexpected twist will keep you on the edge of your seat. What they didn't know is that this driver had an active dashcam recording the whole thing. Here's another wild video involving a snowplow, a Chicago bridge, a broken windshield, and a dashcam that captured it all. It's a good thing the driver was in a rental car, or this incident could have been a real hassle. Imagine this. A guy is driving down the snowy streets of Chicago, just like any other day, nothing special. But you know, life has a funny way of surprising us, and this time, it's a real bone-chilling shocker that no one saw coming.
Whoa!
Hold on, did you see that? This big chunk of ice decides it's done sitting on the bridge and takes a flying leap. Believe it or not, it lands right on the windshield of this person's car. It's like an unexpected ice explosion that seems to come out of nowhere. Let's look at the sad events of the 2011 Japan earthquake and tsunami, with a focus on Tigo City. This dashcam video will take us back to that day, giving us a peek into the big challenges faced by the people of Togo. Get ready for a serious and enlightening experience. In the northeastern part of Japan, there's Tahoe City, which felt the impact of a really strong magnitude 9.0 earthquake on March 11, 2011. This powerful quake started in the ocean and set off a huge tsunami that rushed inland, leaving behind a path of destruction that's really heartbreaking. We can see the sea swallowing the city. Wave after wave just keeps on covering everything in its way. The water's power breaks apart concrete buildings, flips over cars, and causes unbelievable damage. In the heart of Toronto's busy streets, there's a moment filled with suspense. It's where the everyday rhythm of life mixes with the flow of traffic. This is the story of a regular day on Toronto's roads, turned into an extraordinary and thrilling show. And in the middle of this city scene, an unexpected character emerges, a huge chunk of ice. Slowly and with purpose, it starts sliding in a way that doesn't seem typical for ice. Bit by bit, it gets dangerously close to the cars on the road, setting the stage for a breathtaking encounter that will really grab your attention. Let's take a closer look at the slow-motion version of the clip. You'll feel the tension increasing, step by step. As the ice gets closer, every little detail turns into a suspenseful masterpiece. It's like a symphony building up to an intense moment. This troublesome ice comes perilously close to unsuspecting vehicles, creating a nail-biting scene that's hard to look away from. If you're looking for some excitement and a taste of the unexpected, this video is just for you. It all started on a calm winter day. The driver was driving along when suddenly, out of nowhere, a chunk of ice came flying towards their windshield. Everything seemed to slow down as the frozen ice approached. It was a real heart-pounding moment. Now the driver had to decide in just a split second whether to dodge it or keep going straight. When Mother Nature decides to throw a chilly surprise your way, get ready for a frosty adventure like no other. On April 11th in the early morning, a dashboard camera recorded a car speeding very fast on the streets of 22nd and Bancroft. The driver was being really careless, and they were putting themselves and others in danger. When a police officer tried to get the Camaro to stop by turning on their lights and siren, things got even more dangerous. Instead of stopping, the driver ignored the officer's orders and went even faster, turning onto 24th Street. This made the chase more intense, and it put the running driver and other innocent people on the road at risk. The dashboard camera captured a scary moment when the Camaro ran a red light at the intersection of 24th Street and Dove Street after that.
17 vehicle crash. It's going to be a PI accident, rollover.
It crashed into a pickup truck, causing minor damage. But the situation got really serious when the Camaro slammed into a 48-year-old woman's car and another car at the same intersection. The crash was really bad, causing a lot of damage and showing how dangerous it is to drive irresponsibly. The Sterling Heights Police Department recently shared a video that shows an officer responding quickly to a scary situation. This officer turned a potentially sad event into a hopeful and heroic story. When the officer arrived, a worried family was holding their 3-week-old baby girl, who had suddenly stopped breathing.
Oh, please! Where's the
Hold on. Let me see the baby.
With calm and determination, Officer Misijuski picked up the fragile baby and used his training to save her life.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
He did strong back thrusts to clear the baby's airway. Finally, there was a happy moment when the baby coughed out the blockage and started crying. This sound made everyone in the room feel relieved and hopeful again. In Woonsocket, South Dakota, 2 police cars with dashboard cameras caught an amazing sight as they drove through a storm. While making a regular left turn, they showed a huge tornado stretching across the sky. The sirens were loud, and the patrol cars drove on Highway 37. The officers slowed down to see the tornado's immense power. The video recorded the tornado moving slowly across the land. Then, in a very short time, the big, strong tornado we were watching starts to calm down. It was once really fierce and scary, but it began to disappear. Its wild power kind of faded away. And before we knew it, it turned into these thin, floating clouds. It was like a complete change happening right in front of us. It was an ordinary day in Chilliwack, BC, and our driver was taking their dad home after an appointment. They had no idea that an intense moment was waiting for them at the intersection of Spruce Doctor and Vita Art. While the driver was carefully driving through the roads, a guy on a bike suddenly appeared, like an unexpected guest out of nowhere. It almost seemed like he wanted to become an unintended decoration on the front of the car. Fortunately, the quick-thinking driver reacted swiftly, hitting the brakes just in time. Surprisingly, the guy on the bike seemed to be ignoring the rules of the road. He was riding on the wrong side, using the sidewalk, and crossing the crosswalk without getting off his bike. It was clear that he wasn't following the proper safety rules. We got an interesting video for you. It's not just about making you laugh, but it might also have a useful lesson or two about using crosswalks safely. So get comfy because this one's a funny ride. And there might be a bit of wisdom in there too. Let's start by introducing you to this bold character who seems to think that the road rules are more like suggestions. We all know that jaywalking can be risky, but every now and then, karma steps in to teach a lesson that makes you open your eyes. Well, they got a drenching lesson in the results of their actions, didn't they? A quick reminder, folks, it's always a wise choice to use designated crosswalks and follow those reliable traffic signals. After all, safety should always come first. Watch this next video as we witness one of the craziest car and truck crashes that lit up like fireworks on July 27th, and it's all on camera. Buckle up because this video is going to take you on an intense ride. At the start, you'll see a white truck running a red light, and the driver honks their horn in response. But that's just the beginning. As the white truck speeds off, it's like they're on a determined mission, weaving in and out of traffic like a daredevil. The truck's actions keep getting more extreme, like something out of a Fast and Furious movie happening right in real life. And then, out of nowhere, sparks start flying everywhere. It's like a surreal electrical explosion as the video approaches the scene, and right in front of the camera is that same white truck smashed into a telephone pole.
Oh, he got in a wreck. Oh, shoot, Emery. Oh my God.
It's a sight that's both fascinating and puzzling. Now, you might be wondering what made the driver of that white truck act like they were in a high-speed chase, running red lights, and weaving between cars as if they were racing against time. Last on our list is an urban adventure that'll really get your heart racing. Hang on tight because you won't believe what happened to this driver while on the road. I promise you, this is a story you absolutely can't miss. Our driver was just cruising through the city streets when something surprising happened right in the middle of the road. There was someone on rollerblades. They were gliding along as if they owned the road. The sight was so unexpected and unusual that it left a strong impression on our driver and probably turned a lot of heads, including pedestrians and other drivers. It was like a mix of wonder and curiosity, making it a memory that's hard to forget.
Dude, get the fuck out the road, you fat.
But instead of just gliding, they were dancing around. It brought a bit of amusement and maybe a touch of frustration, like a street performer lost in their own world. While it might make you smile, our driver wished for a more responsible approach. Safety is important, not just for the rollerblader, but for everyone sharing the road.